Hello there and welcome on back to baseball here on youtube.com/SeanOsaurusRex. My name is Sean and we're playing through the Mariners 2025 season inside MLB The Show 25. So every day the Mariners play in real life, you get a game of baseball at 6 p.m. Pacific time here on the channel. On off days, question mark. I don't know what it is. Why is that important? Well, tomorrow's an off day. Today we are wrapping up a series against the Detroit Tigers, who we beat yesterday to tie the series at 1 game apiece, which is great. Don't want to get swept. We can lose some series, but I do like that we were able to bounce back after kind of a tough loss. And that was with kind of a funky lineup, funky outfield positioning, some players playing second or thirdary positions, but we were able to get the victory nonetheless. So yeah, we'll have a day off tomorrow. We'll be back in franchise mode, at least on Friday, taking on the San Francisco Giants. Quick look at the calendar. We have kind of a weird. Oh, we have a day off there. Okay. We have a lot of home games coming up. We have the one road trip, and then we get a big 9 games in 10 days on the road. So, and then we have an opportunity to face the Los Angeles Angels, who have not lost a game yet. But for today, as there's a look at the standings, for today, we have Tarek Skubal, who's 0-1 with a 4.76 ERA, taking on Logan Gilbert, who has no record, and a 3.0 ERA in game number 3. So, let's jump in. That's pretty well timed. And we'll go Seafoam. I love the green. Love the green top. There's that. Clear skies. Open it up, please. Logan Gilbert. Julio, I don't really want to take you out of the lineup, especially if we have a lefty guy. Now, we could put Bliss. What's his reaction? 72, arm 41, fielding 78. Arm's a little bit weaker. We can do this. Give ourselves an extra righty and then use Crawford, and it gives them some rest. Oh, here, let me mute my camera there. We can give Crawford some rest. He'll get 2 days off. We can put Bliss in. He's a little bit quicker. It is a secondary position, but it's another righty. Rayleigh at first is fine if that's like the one true lefty. Center fielder. Polanco is second. Man, I don't have a great... Julio's going to have to just grit and bear it. I don't really have... Strength and conditioning coach should give this player a rest and work somebody else into the lineup. We are going to skip it. I don't love it. And I'm sorry, Julio. I need you in the lineup. We don't have a great outfield bench option. I think on the corners you can make it work, but I think center, in my opinion, I need that to be our star. Or maybe a true center field replacement. You know what I mean? Here's a couple of game storylines. We're seeking a series win here, and so are the Tigers. It's a rubber match here as the series is tied 1-1. And George Kirby has a big game on the mound versus the Tigers in the win. Around the league, the Blue Jays win in extra innings over the Nats. The Reds win in extra innings over the Rangers. The Padres win in extra innings over the Guardians. 600th RBI for Cody Bellinger. Daniel Susak, number 3 for the Athletic, or number 3 prospect, I'm assuming. Singles in MLB debut. 12 Ks, 0 runs for Blake Snell in a win over the Braves for Los Angeles. The Nationals send Nasim Nunez to the 10-day IL, and the Stripers, not the Strippers, send Chad Kuhl to the 15-day IL. The Tacoma Rainiers just cannot figure it out. They are still winless, 0-4 after a loss to the Aces, and the Arkansas Travelers have not started yet.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this.
A lot of extra inning games. As we take a look at our starter.
Set to go. On the hill here
our
today,
7th game.
Logan Gilbert.
Well, a very solid ERA last season, just a little over 3. And when you've got a guy like that taking the mound for you, the offense is definitely expected to score 4 runs at least, unless they're really struggling. So more times than not, when he's on the bump, you're going to win the ball game if you just do your part as an offense. So Last year,
Some of
great
our
year.
statistics
He wants
have
to
matched
repeat
up
that
with
or
like
even
the
improve.
real
And I
Seattle
think there is
Mariners,
some
where it's
room for
like
improvement. He's
if
got good
the
stuff. It's
if the
just
Mariners score
executing
5 or
converting it.
more, they are in real good shape. And if they
that's a base
don't,
hit. So a man on
if they
base
score
to
4
start
or
the
fewer,
inning.
it's not looking good. Okay, bad slider to start us off.
Up now for the
Let's
Tigers.
see if we can
2
kind
for
of
9
wiggle
so
out of
far in
this.
the series. Swinging a foul straight back.
Don't love that.
Gilbert,
We've
a
had,
former
I think,
All-Star.
this is game number
Features a
7, and
slider,
every
a
first,
four-seamer, a
every
splitter, a
number
curve,
1 batter
and
has been
occasionally
a
uses a
left-handed
cutter.
batter.
Fought
And
off
that's what you
foul.
get when you have 5 righty
McKinstry on
starters.
at first, nobody out. That's inside, and it's 1-2.
That's a big swing and a miss for Parker Meadows.
Well, classic pitch sequencing there to change eye levels.
So a good way to bounce back there. Give up the hit, get the strikeout.
And that gets you
One away.
thinking that he might try to climb the ladder. But then the curveball out of that same tunnel just falls off the table, and you can't make contact.
So up next, Kerry Carpenter. Foul ball there.
Rosarina, not a great jump. Wasn't going to be able to get to it anyway.
Man at first, 1 away.
I think we kind of...
That's a little bit low.
Darn.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
See the velocity.
Ooh.
97 with that
I
fastball.
think we can go cutter here.
Up and
That
in.
wasn't a great
2-2.
pitch. They whistled for a steal.
Popped up.
Nicely read by Bliss. He's been having some fun on the base paths, or had some fun on the base paths in the series against the Athletics.
Let's take a check of the Tigers.
We take a
lineup.
look at the Tigers
With their
lineup.
ace on the mound today, they're just looking
I don't
to
think they
provide
have
him a little
really
bit of
worried
run
about
support. They'll see
subbing
what they
anybody
can do
in.
for him.
Boog, you have
It's
to be
4 straight
really
lefties,
careful
2
when you've
righties,
got a
lefty,
guy
2
like this
righties.
on the mound for you to
And
not
we have had to
become
use
a
our
spectator. You
2
know that he
lefty
doesn't give up a
relievers a
whole lot, but
lot.
Sometimes guys get a little too comfortable and don't have an urgency to score runs. You have to make sure you put him in a situation where he can get the W, but also you guys can cruise to the finish line and not have to worry about a comeback in the end.
2 outs. On the ground, out to short. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. And no shot to get him at first. There's 2 aboard.
Okay. That's okay. I think it came in a little hot. Thankfully, nothing too bad there.
The second base.
Here comes Gleyber Torres. Blasted a solo homer yesterday. The only run they were able to score.
Yeah,
Check
we give up
swing, and
the-
went.
One's the count.
That's strike 1. First and second, 2 down. Here in the 3rd and final game of the series.
I don't think that qualified as an error. No, it's
Side,
okay.
but it is well foul. Cuts on it,
Okay.
misses. That's a strike.
God, I want that's the.
Went back to the
We had one of
slider.
those in
It was a
yesterday's
good
game
idea.
where I
So
specifically
they strand
pushed it
pair.
way
So now
out,
the Mariners
and it
offense
still like
gets the
stayed
ball for the
way
first
too
time.
close
Got
to the
no
zone. We get the swing and miss that time, which is fine, but I don't love when I specifically try to dart it outside to get the swing and miss, and it's like, oh, here's the most beautiful dot pitch you've ever seen. And it's like, well, it's not what I want.
Back here with my pal Singy. Our starter
Put it
this
over in
one,
that spot for a
Aaron
reason.
Skubal. And he comes in off a really nice season on the hill, Chris.
An ERA in the low 2s last year, so consistent, so dependable. Talk about a skipper who's got a guy like that that's going to go out there and not just keep them in the ball game, but really give them an opportunity to win a ball game, even if it's a low-scoring day for the offense. That's who he was last season, and if he's even close to that this year, I think they'll be really happy with his performance.
Victor Robles leading things off and takes a
So what does he
strike.
lead with? A 99-mile-an-hour fastball, circle change at 89, a sinker at 97.
Oh, that got away from him. And he's going to reach on a hit by pitch to lead off the inning.
Interesting
Here's
start
Donovan
here for
Solano.
us.
Well, it looks like he wanted that slider to finish on the inside part of the plate, not start on the inside and end up hitting the batter. It looked to me like he just tried to do a little too much with that one.
Robles gets his lead at first with nobody out. Gets him to chase after that one.
That was straight queso right there.
Okay, we got to dial up for the fastball here. We're late on it both times. That's
And
a good take.
outside.
Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
That's down and in.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Runner at first with no outs here.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
Okay.
Into the outfield.
Okay.
Base hit.
Hey, nicely done, Solano.
First and second now.
That's
with
what we're
nobody
looking
out.
for
That's a
with
good job right
2
there.
strikes. We switched to the
strikes,
contact
he's
swing.
gotta battle.
Mix that in a little bit. I thought it was going to probably turn into a double play, but we advanced the runner to second. We have 2 on with nobody out. Julio coming
Now
up.
it's Julio Rodriguez.
Good timing with the contact swing on the slider. Sinker.
And the first pitch is drilled in the air out to center.
Oh, God.
Meadows tracks it down. for
That
the
is
out.
just unfortunate. That did not get down, did it?
Batting fourth, the catcher.
And now we check
Here's
out
a
the
look at the
Mariners.
Mariners
lineup.
roster.
They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound.
Lot of
so this appears
righties.
to be a tough matchup for him. What's the key
We have
to
the 2
offense
switch
today, Singy?
hitters.
Oh, Boog, I think when you got a guy that's this
Rayleigh's
talented
the
on
one
the
true
mound,
lefty.
you got to find ways to disrupt his rhythm, make him uncomfortable a little bit. The guys that can
So
handle
where was
the
that
bat,
last
perhaps,
pitch? That
you know,
fastball
bunt
late
for a
on
base
under
hit.
it, okay.
Get him moving off the mound. If you're in the box and he seems to be just
Counts
in a
1-0.
flow, step out, mess up his timing, somehow try to get in his head a little bit, and then when he does come in the zone, you may only get 1 pitch. You better not miss it.
And another ball. And Singy, as a team, you need to make the most of the very few opportunities he's going to give you, right?
Absolutely. And you know, if you don't get to guys like this a lot of times early, once they really settle in, it's going to be the later innings that they hand that ball over to a reliever if they do at all.
Damn it.
And fouled off.
Just not seeing this fastball at all in upper 90s.
3-game series. Foul
Okay.
ball, another 2-2
Contact
upcoming.
swing.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
To third, and that chance handled.
Brutal.
And that's 2.
Brutal.
Poetry in motion there.
God,
Second
a
baseman
walk
throws the double
hit.
play.
Walk,
Guys
a
throw to
hit, a
first.
strikeout
That's
into
the
a
way
double
in the
play.
inning.
Absolutely awful. But I am not seeing that fastball. That is the difference for me. 95 and below, pretty okay with. We can be late on it, especially depending on what other pitches they have in their repertoire. 95 and above, or like 96 and above, I'm fucked.
Gilbert back to work.
So this is going to be one of those games where we're going to need to try and drag these at-bats out as long as we can, build up that pitch count, and see if we can do something against the bullpen.
Fouled off. He was late.
On the flip side, we do need to figure things out here defensively. We've already given up a couple of hits.
He just is having a hard time catching up.
We kind of bailed them out there.
Got him. And he's registered
go.
3 Ks.
Let's
in this
go.
one.
No, just excellent location on that inside fastball. Really locked him up. And as a hitter, it's not typically what you're looking for. You're trying to protect away and then in. So you can be a little bit tardy with 2 strikes. It's hard to tell if he was fooled or if he thought it would be called a ball. But either way, that's a really nice pitch.
That one fouled
Like
off.
that splitter didn't split,
One
huh?
out, base is empty. That one pushed to the left and foul.
Wow, I am surprised he was able to get to that.
Fights that
Fuck
one away, and
off.
the count remains 0-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
There we go.
And that's 3 straight
There we go.
strikeouts. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the frame, and that's now 3 in a row.
Yeah, he's really settling in and getting a feel for his pitches, throwing them where he wants to right now. So we'll see how long he can keep this streak going.
Next to hit, Jake Rogers. 2 out, space is empty. Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate.
You know, Boog, every team has a hitter's meeting pregame, but this lineup seems way too anxious, aggressive. You wonder what they talked about.
This user fills up the strike zone. Swing, swing, swing. That was the song they listened to. Swing, swing by the All-American Reject. I can't believe we got that call. I genuinely feel bad. Rogers has had two of the more brutal strikeouts over the last couple of games where they've given him that exact same animation of like kind of bonking himself on the head. It's like, man, I think 9 times out of 10 you get that call, and I got the 1 out of 10 that time. All right. 14 pitches in the first inning is pretty good.
First pitch, and he just misses.
He hasn't been really like filling up the strike zone. We've been giving him some extra.
Swings through that.
I like that. We're
right
way
by,
late.
Slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
Yeah, just way too late.
Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
Early.
1 ball, 2
And
strikes.
that. Oh, okay, that's good timing. Oh, thank God.
Gets a
He
piece
has
there.
a
We'll do it again.
really weird motion. We used the Detroit Tigers in our little in spring training when we were tinkering around with, you know, just kind of getting back into the flow of MLB to show. I did not like using Tarek Skubal. His rhythm is super weird. I had a hard time getting a hold of it. And while having a hard time seeing it.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
We are so
Late on that
fucking late on this
fastball.
fastball.
I think he was
No
sitting
ball,
off
2
speed
strikes.
there.
There's something about his motion that looks like it's in fast forward.
Nothing here in the bottom of the second. He caught it behind his back. Throw to first. And
okay.
very nicely done.
Okay.
Batting 7, the left fielder, Randy Arozarena.
Now it's Randy Arozarena. Good power, not great in the OBP department. And first
Early.
offering is
Overcorrected there. Did try to go up and get that one, though. We're going to have a hard time keeping that one fair.
Swing and a miss.
Got
and
me on that
that's
circle
strike 2.
change. That 10-mile-an-hour difference is absolutely killer.
Gets a piece, and
But we
it
do have
stays
him up
0-2.
near 14 pitches or so this inning, so that's a positive.
2 down, nobody on. Now a pop up on
14 in the
infield.
first, 13 in the second. I wasn't trying to get out of that at bat, but it's a little unfortunate that we were under it and popped it up like that.
And that is the third out of the inning. Mariners are down in order.
We
We'll move
might-
to the third with no score.
I don't want to just like throw at bats away, and it's not that I'm trying to. It's
Struggles
just
at the plate in this series as we take
fucking
a look at the
God. I
numbers.
can't figure it out. .7 runs a game, average. Some Detroit Tigers stats this series. I have enjoyed the
There's a strike.
extra pieces of information that they're giving you.
Probably noticed, haven't been shy at the plate at all. In fact, they've probably been too aggressive at times. The numbers tell us they're swinging at the first pitch more than 90% of the time, and that's an extremely high number, especially when you're not getting results, Boog.
Tried to check his swing there.
He went.
Now it appealed to first. And he
I didn't actually think he did, but I'll take it.
Well, right now,
I'll
he's
take
in
it.
cruise control,
6
autopilot,
strikeouts.
just dominating these hitters. I mean, it doesn't look like it's
Boy,
a
we got
fun
off to a
at-bat.
funky
And all of a
start, but
sudden,
we've
you become in awe of this guy on the mound.
settled
Somebody's got to
in.
break this thing up. That's 5 straight strikeouts. Got to put a ball in play.
McKinstry batting with 1 down.
Now, we
Takes
absolutely
the
got a
side.
super beneficial call.
Liner.
Nice job, Moore.
Second.
That at bat is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. He hit the ball hard, but it doesn't always work out in your favor. Sometimes a defender is there to make a play.
I was going to say,
Meadows
Something.
batting for the second time, and that's
couple of
strike one.
the strikeouts have definitely not been great, but
On the ground to the left, and that's just foul.
Meadows has got to be bummed about that.
Got him looking. That's a strike.
That's a pitch that I would be frustrated that I missed. That was middle.
Back in Seattle,
Leading
and
off
here's the
for
first
Mariners,
baseman,
the
Luke
first
Raley.
baseman, Luke Raley.
Okay.
The wind of the pitch. Missed
That's
with a
a ball.
changeup. Ball one.
Ball
Just
left outside.
missed.
Going off speed or movement pitches here. Lefty. See if he goes 2-0 fastball.
And
Ball
another
three.
ball.
He does, but not where I'm looking for it. This is a take situation all the way.
It's a leadoff walk.
That's an incredible. When you look at some of the strikeouts that we've gotten, go back to that Rogers one in the top of the second, and that ball.
Here's Dylan Moore.
That really? So we get a hit by pitch. If I said walk earlier, I was incorrect, but we get a hit by pitch on the first batter. We got to let him throw a strike here. We get our second
That one misses. That's 5 straight. Still
second
tied at
free
0.
base
Last
runner.
of the third. 6 straight outside the strike zone.
This is what
Chris
we
with that
need.
distraction,
These are the kinds
and
of
a speedy
innings.
guy at first. He's in a favorable hitter's count.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in.
Victor Robles.
Gotta
in the
be a
on-deck
take.
circle, hoping to get
Gotta
chance
be
to
a
make big
take.
impact here.
Hands off the controller. It's gotta be a take. Wow. This is a funky start here.
Wasn't even much to think about.
The right fielder, Victor.
He has to throw
Now
a
it's
strike
Victor Robles up to
first.
hit. Corner infielders up on the grass expecting a bunt. That's
Off the plate, ball
inside.
one.
And that is ball one.
Hoog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Next
Okay.
offering in there for a strike.
Oop,
And a
I
now
bopped
even
my
ball.
Ball, one strike.
thing on accident. Sorry about that. Now we go to work. Now we try to figure something out.
Grounded to third, could be 2. There's one,
That's an out.
and they get him easily at first. It's
Oh
a
my
double
God.
play.
They
Oh
made that
my
double play look
fucking
so
God.
easy, but it was far
third
from
baseman,
routine.
Jonathan.
That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
Donovan Solano up next for the Mariners. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
Ball
And that
one.
one just misses. A ball
That's
and no strikes.
fucking. He threw 9
2 outs,
balls in a
runner on
row.
third.
He threw 1 strike. I go, time to go to work, and then hit into a double play.
In the air, right field. Carpenter on the move towards foul ground. Long run, tracks it down.
We get 2 walks. We do
That
nothing
is
with
the
it. We've
inning.
had
One
3
left for
free
Seattle,
base
and we
runners.
are still scoreless.
It's okay. He's one of the best in the league. It's fine. We're
Back in
tied.
the ballpark, let's check out the
all
latest
good.
news
Right
from
fielder,
around the league.
Number 30, Carey Carpenter.
And that one a little bit high.
And I was not keeping track, but we had 14 in the first inning, 13 in the second inning, and then we saw, I mean, at least
Just
10
missed.
before we got some outs. The problem was that they were very quick outs. So we might be around that 13,
Popped up. Bliss.
that 13 number again, which is okay.
He's there. He's got it. And a quick out, number 1.
Up next for the Tigers.
Because we can't catch up to the fastball, it immediately becomes
Riley Green
drive
reached on
the
an
pitch
infield
count
single
up.
his
Sometimes we
first
can
time.
knock guys out with hits. Not going to happen today.
Pitch
Ball
misses there, and that's ball 1.
Okay.
All tied up, top half of inning number 4. And now 1 and 2.
Just struggling to get the location where we need it.
And it's fouled
That
off.
was
They'll do
not
it again.
where I wanted it. 43 for us.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And they have their first base runner since the first inning.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job.
Green at first, one gone. That one ripped. And a foul ball. And a pitch. Got him looking. That's
Chef's kiss. That was a beautiful pitch. That's a much better looking strikeout pitch than
Spencer Torkelson.
what we've
Scoreless
seen.
here,
So
but now he's got to deal with a guy who's got some power. Got to be careful when you're talking about a hitter with this type of slug and these type of home run totals. And a foul ball. 2 outs. Just missed.
Too close for me, partner, to take that 0-2 fastball, but for whatever reasons, he let it go.
He went,
by. He's still in
fuck
the
off. He
let
went.
the next one go.
Just misses. And that's ball 3. So now 2 on and 2 outs.
That's a little frustrating.
Well, a great back and forth, and that at bat. He had to lay off some
The bat,
really
the
close
designated
pitches,
hitter,
and
Cole.
somehow Boogie found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't have
Okay,
done it.
Gilbert.
The next to hit takes high.
Where's
for
the
ball
strikes? Come on, man.
2-0.
1. In the dirt. No advance. Good job behind
Is
the
that
dish.
4 or 5 balls in a row?
First and second, 2 down. Down the left field line, should be extra bases. Green headed for the plate. He will score, and they take the lead. Coming around third is Torkelson. Play at the plate, not in time. He's safe. It's 2-zip.
Well, that may end up
We
being
just
an
played that a
at-bat we go
little
back to
too-
later on when this game is over. Fastball
That's
middle, and
unfortunate.
that's what you fall
It's
asleep
not a bad
treating
route run
as
with
a hitter,
Randy.
so no
That's
surprise you put a
fine.
great
I don't know that
swing
we're
on
going to beat him.
And up next for Detroit, Jake Rogers. Struck out looking in his first at bat.
So now it becomes a problem that we're facing
Over 80% of his first pitches are
Skubal.
strikes. You're doing that, you can have a really good day out there on the mound.
That one hit to right. Makes the grab, and that is that.
2 out damage from
But they'll
Keith
pick up
Cole.
a couple
Cole,
runs here.
Cole
Both
Keith.
coming on
Keith
this
Cole.
2-run double. It's now a 2-0 ball game.
It's just a matter of time. Threw too many balls, just trying to get a strike. It's good aggression.
Now for Seattle,
The center
Julio
fielder,
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez.
That one hammered.
Can we get one back? Can we get one back? Can we get one back? Hey. Let's go, Julio. Let's go.
That's worth the price of admission.
Let's go.
His second home run of the series. It's 2-1.
This is why we have him in the lineup. Obviously, we need his defense in center. I get that. Love the speed, but we need that right-handed pop. Finally get to a pitch there. That was a first pitch swing. Not our best strategy against Skubal, but it worked that time.
Looking to do damage. I think he had his sights set on that pitch. He went and got it and circled the bases.
And up next for Seattle, Cal Raleigh. 0 for 1 so far.
A little too aggressive there on me. I was anticipating. It's not the worst swing we've had after a home run, but looking for that circle change or sinker. Instead, we get 2 fastballs.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit. Just not able
That's a
to
good
square
take.
up.
2 strikes.
And that's in the dirt. And that one
That's a
missing
good
low.
take as well.
Great job of laying off those pitches down in the zone to even the count up at 2-2. Such a better feeling for the hitter.
Swing
Ooh,
and
he
a
got
miss, and
me.
he chases that one in
Ran
the
out of patience.
Beats him for the first out, and that completes the strikeout.
Just ran out of patience. It's our first strikeout of the game.
Designated hitter.
How tough is it to adjust to something like that with a bunch of break when you haven't had a look at it yet?
Yeah, I mean, you're dialed up for something firm. You never want to take a called third
Knuckle
strike as a
curve all the way
fastball,
down
so
at
you're gonna be a little
77.
anxious before you recognize the pitch, and right there, clearly didn't see what was coming.
Okay,
The
Polanco.
batter now as he swings and
I
misses for
tapped
strike
the
one.
button like, hey, this is a check swing, maybe?
And that is out of play. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2.
Oh my
Foul
God.
territory behind the plate. Rogers makes the grab, and there's two gone.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
Foul ball.
Early.
Bliss goes
There's no way we should be early on his
25
fucking
years old,
fastball.
Usually a second baseman, but today starting at shortstop.
That sinker did not sink.
Well, some people think this is no big deal, but I think when you consider the longer throw, the fact that you've got to be able to...
And he couldn't hold back.
Fuck
He's running
off.
on
God
strikes.
damn it.
But not before they answer back with a solo
Fuck.
home run. And it's now a 2-1 ball
Give me
game.
a
It's
goddamn
Major League
check
Baseball,
swing.
And it's on the show.
We got off to an incredible start in that inning and just
Welcome
fell
back.
the fuck
Playing the
apart.
pitcher's
God
tool so
damn
far.
it.
Here's how the starters have performed up to this point.
God, I need to get him out of this fucking game. Such a pain in my ass.
Back to work. High
And our
fly
pitching
ball,
isn't-
that one curling foul down the right
Gilbert, we
side.
cannot be throwing that pitch in that location. Can't be throwing that pitch in that location. Come on, man.
That one close, ruled a ball. Now
That's been a
1-2.
strike. That's been a strike. That's strike 3. And
This
it's
to
a
center field.
Cool.
That one gets
So
down
instead of an out,
so now back
which
to
is
the
what
top
it's
of the
been
order.
throughout this fucking game, umpire,
against the wall with
it's a
2
sink.
strikes,
Thanks, man.
found a way.
Really
When you
fucking
flare a ball
appreciate
out
that.
behind second base, it's really a tough spot for anyone to get to, and you're never trying to do that as a hitter, but when you do, I tell you what, you're yelling at it the entire way to get down.
Nobody out. Runner at first. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Dives for it. Got it. Makes the play.
Worth it. Worth the gamble.
Hitter's got a broken heart on that one. It had base hit written all over it. Maybe extra bases. Great diving catch for the upset.
That's huge. That's huge.
Parker Meadows up now for the Tigers. 0 for 2 in this one.
Okay.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
I don't know why we got that extra look at Rosarino.
That
We've
one
never had that before.
foul.
That's the first time. Fuck off. Up and out of the zone, Gilbert. Come on.
Foul ball still 0-2.
Again, up and out of the zone,
Ibanez,
Gilbert. Come
the
on.
Runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. The next offering misses. Now 1-2. Hit in the air left field. And that'll fall for a base hit.
I felt a little more confident diving because Julio was
A
right
dangerous
behind.
hitter coming to the plate. Carpenter now at the plate. And that's a little bit high. And it's 1-0.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2. Get out of this.
That's
No
to third. And it gets
way.
by him. Headed for the plate. 1 runs in. Still manages a throw. Save. And they lead by 3.
No
Well, here we
way.
are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little.
This 4 lefty hitters in a row is so irritating. It's so irritating. The 3rd time through the lineup, we don't have great options behind. We're just in such a bad spot with this roster at times. I don't like neither of the lefties have enough energy. We have to. Man.
A little bit sooner than he anticipated.
And it's just so frustrating because we're just not getting the opportunities to turn double plays. The game is just so routinely fucking us out of double play opportunities. Even when we get them.
In the air out towards left center. Got it. Covered plenty of distance there. And
even when we get the opportunity, like,
That's just a really nice catch.
I think it's Solano on third.
Extra bases for sure.
We've had a misplay with JP. He's been slow at times. It's just so frustrating.
At the plate for the 3rd time as he comes up empty there.
And now it's a strike. God damn it.
Runner at second, 2 down. Fights it off. He'll see another. That misses, and the count is 1-2. Good eye in that spot.
Close pitch there. He's kind of wondering
Fucking
where
fuck,
it
dude.
missed.
Fucking
Getting a feel for
fuck.
each umpire's strike zone is something that pitchers and hitters really have to think about and work on from game to game, and sometimes from at bat to at bat.
On the ground at first.
Wow.
Ball. Coming home. The throw in, but it's offline.
Just a great at bat right
I
there.
mean, are you kidding me?
Smash that one through the
We
infield.
couldn't get that if we paid extra money for this fucking game.
To make any sort of play.
Torkelson in the box with 2 gone and takes a look at a called strike. Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center.
Well, the good news is I believe a Rosarina's
Squeezes it, and that is
dive saved us a run, but that's a brutal inning for us.
Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Tigers 5 and the Mariners 1.
I think it's especially difficult with our starter because he doesn't have. He has a fastball and a cutter,
And welcome back to the
Leading off
ballpark.
for the
Ready to
Mariners,
go for the last
the
half of
and
the
it's
inning.
curveball, slider,
Rosarina.
sinker. No, not sinker. Curveball, slider. Fuck, it's the stupid one that goes back and forth. The point is there isn't that.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Well, these
There isn't that sinker to pull things away from a lefty. And even the cutter goes in, but it's his 5th best pitch, so it's like not. No way you slice it, is it
as
good?
this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
He swings
A little
and
aggressive
fouls
with that
off.
swing there. It's probably ball 3.
Yeah, that's fouled
And
off.
we are just giving them right back into this a bit.
Called. The 2-2 will have to wait just a second.
But you can see it that 3rd time through the lineup, it's the fucking lefty.
That one just missing inside. And that's ball 3. Got
Yeah,
him
froze me.
looking. That K is his 3rd of the game.
Oh, nice job right there. He struck him out twice. The pitch
Now
before
batting,
looked like it
the
was
first
strike 3.
baseman,
Doesn't get the
Luke.
call. Bears down. Throws another
Riley.
quality pitch for the strikeout.
And first offering is fouled off. The Tigers
no way
leading
we're
by
early
4.
now.
Last half of inning number 5.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but
1 ball,
they should
2
be
strikes.
lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Fouls it off. Still 1-2. That one missed.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And
Okay.
a foul ball. He stays alive.
We're getting low on that energy. We do have him
One
at a
down,
good
base
pitch
is
count.
empty.
If we can
Fouled off, and they'll do
buckle
it again.
down on defense a little bit.
Inside.
3 balls, 2
Counts
strikes.
full. 3-2.
These first 2 hitters really making him work out there. Already 14 pitches this inning.
That's fine.
Battling here as he fouls
That's
it
probably
away.
a strike. Can't really let him.
And he walked
That's
him.
ball
It
4.
wasn't easy,
Okay.
but he earned that walk after a long at bat.
Oh, you know this guy wants to swing it, but he's showing
Now
some good
batting,
patience
the
in this
second
one.
baseman.
It's the
He
second
swung
time
the
he's
bat
taken
so
ball
many
4.
times.
Ball.
Man
Just
at
couldn't
first
put
with one
anything
gone.
on it.
Now it's the second baseman, Dylan Moore. He reached on a walk his first time. Outside corner, there's a strike. Raley leads off first with one away. And it's fouled away.
Can't do that. Fuck.
And look out.
Okay.
That one gets him.
Take your man.
Bails me out with a
And he's
plunk
plunked in
there.
this one.
That really
Right
wasn't a
fielder,
bad
number
pitch at
10,
all, but hitters these
Victor.
days just aren't afraid to get up on top of the plate.
Here's Victor Robles. Swung on, looped into center. It's going to fall for a hit. Throw back in, holds the runner at third. Base is now loaded. Only one away. And the batter now, Donovan Solano. 1 for 2. That one's
That's a ball.
upstairs, ball 1. Just a weak fly ball this time. McKinstry right there to make the grab. 2 away.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Swing and a ground ball out to short. Throw on to Torkelson. Out to escape a bases loaded jam unscathed.
Fuck.
And the Mariners strand the bases loaded. They're down 5-1.
Just nothing to do against him. There's
Back at
nothing
T-Mobile
I can
Park.
do against
Now
him.
it's the DH.
Ran out of patience. I couldn't figure it out. We really struggled pitching wise today. There was so little I was going to be able to do in that situation. That pop out was the death of that fucking inning. I think we finally got him out of the game, so we do have an opportunity at least to try and do some damage against the bullpen. I don't know. He threw it. Why is it so fucking loud when I plug it in? I think we go Santos.
Gregory Santos comes on now.
Now pitching.
We had plenty of extra runners. I mean, like, there were 2 hit by pitches. We were able to draw a couple of walks, but then, I mean, when you really go back to it and you look at it and you go like,
Now this is in the air down the line.
like, okay,
The
he's throwing a
Road
strike.
after
Now
it.
let's get to work. And it was immediately double
Grab
play.
one
It's just like, well, fuck me.
Nice
Like,
job to get your
we're
first out of
hitting
the
into
ball.
double plays, and then we can't get anything up the line stopped
Now the catcher
to,
up
like,
to hit.
slow the
Rogers.
bleeding down. One got past Moore. One got past Raley. Just
That one finds the zone.
hopefully hopefully they have a
Base is empty, one away.
Ferguson? McFarland is the name I was trying to think of. Hopefully they have a McFarland-like pitcher where we could at least try and get back into this game. But, I mean, that's what you want. That's why he wins the fucking Cy Young. He comes in and just destroys any hopes and dreams you have. because he throws 95 for...
And a good eye
That's
there.
been a strike all goddamn day, you fucking asshole. God damn it. It's the same bullshit last inning,
Next offering is downstairs.
and instead of 1 out, it was a fucking hit. A hit that came around to score.
Swinging for the strikeout.
It's either a strike or it's not a strike, not half and
He just
half.
ran out of patience there. He
Fuck
took a
you.
couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Ibanez in the box again. Takes a strike. And that one fouled off. And that one hit to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Nothing doing.
We probably
here this
needed
half.
to make sure that we
bottom
got
of
the
sixth
arm
we
up a
go.
little bit
4,
sooner.
5,
Just give him
6
something
coming up.
different to look
It's
at.
the Tigers'
Hopefully we get
5
something
and the
different to look at.
Mariners'
Hopefully
1.
we can see it. Skubal really stuck with the fastball a lot more than I thought he would. There were 4, 5, 6 pitches in a row where he would throw.
Cal Raleigh.
We're still having to deal with him.
Raleigh.
This one high
That's
in the air to left
unfortunately
center.
not gonna do
Green
anything.
sizes this one up. Corrals it. And there's one down. Now it's the Mariners DH. Jorge Polanco. A switch hitter batting right. Out in front with the swing, and that is strike 1.
0-1.
The Mariners down by 4 here in the bottom of the 6th. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Behind 0-2, he steps out for time. Swing and a miss, struck him out. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher
Now
for having him
batting,
out in front of that
shortstop,
pitch.
Ryan.
Clearly he had him fooled.
Bliss.
And stepping in for the Mariners, Ryan Bliss. That catches the top part of the zone.
Matt,
0-1.
those, both of those circle changes were just so far out of the zone. They're awful swings.
And it's strike 2.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way
Those
to
are the
shorten
swings
your path to
that
the baseball. Put it in
just-
play somewhere, then you got to.
It's death by 1,000 cuts. It's death by 2,000 terrible fucking swings.
This one in the air.
And then it forces a
Torkelson.
swing there, and it's just...
And he makes the catch. And that is
Oh,
that.
man. We have one solo home run from Julio, and I think we're going to get back into it, but... I mean, we have as many walks, and we have more walks / hit by pitches than we do hits.
Welcome back as
Leading
we
off
take
for
a look at their
Detroit, the
upcoming
shortstop,
schedule.
Zach McKinstry.
3 against the White Sox. 3 against the Yankees after the day off.
Check swing, and he went.
It didn't
That's strike
fucking
1.
matter.
Santos
That was a
measures
strike.
6 feet 2 inches, 190 pounds, and they went out and made a trade
I
for
don't know
him
why
last
that's
season.
Bliss's ball.
Bliss flying after this one.
No
Couldn't
idea
get
why
to it
that's
before it
Bliss's.
dropped foul.
I don't think a Rosarina was going to get there, but
Caught him looking for the K. And
I'm going to
next
go ahead
hit
and just
for
work with
Detroit,
Santos. I like his
Meadows.
pitch mix here.
1 for
Or his
3.
pitch selections. The sinker and the
Miss.
circle change we can pull away from lefties.
You've gotta look up
So
in
maybe
the
he
zone.
is a
If you're
viable
down, you're gonna be
option,
chasing stuff in the dirt.
even if he is an opposite hand, thrower. I think we might be able to work with that a little bit.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do. When he
I
leaves
think the
ballpark
velocity,
after this
the
one. That was his
uptick in
third
velocity is
strikeout,
giving
and
him
this
some
one
trouble.
looking
Needed to
obviously
get the
so he's been a
bullpen
little
warmed up a little
overmatched.
bit,
He's
especially
gotta
because
find
they had
a way
already
just
had
to be more competitive up
4 or
there at the
5
plate.
hits through the first couple times through the order.
Carpenter stands
That's
in here,
unfortunate.
takes ball 1 low. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Swing and a miss. And now it's even 1-1. And he pumps it a strike.
I wouldn't say the game's close right now, but it's not out of reach either. I mean, these guys really need to put up a 0 on the board just to maintain a little hope.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Got him
There we go.
looking. And he strikes out the side of the 7th.
So Santos is a viable option against the lefties. We can keep it out and away. So the sinker in the circle, or the sinker in the circle change. Is it the splitter was the 5th pitch I was trying to think of earlier for,
Now,
was it
We're
Gilbert
back
pitching
into the
today?
pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Bo
That doesn't
Brisky.
sound right.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Okay, so we finally
So digging in.
get to see someone different. We have Bat Brash warmed up for the 8th, and then we can probably do like a Thornton. Lefty, righty, righty. Okay, actually, it's not the worst. Stats, box score. Logan Gilbert, yeah.
Here,
from the
Rosarena.
Mariners, the left fielder, Randy.
A little slower on the fastball, 96, and 86 on the circle change. Slider at 86, sinker at 93.
First
That's a
pitch
ball.
misses. Got it started a little too early. Strike
We got 1
one.
ball, 1 strike.
Hit on the ground to the right side.
That
And
ball's
it goes
foul.
just foul. Swing and a ball lifted left
Darn.
field. Green. hauls it
Slider
in.
didn't
There's
break.
one
I thought he was going to go. He was trying to go low and away
Now
again.
batting, the
but
first
it just
baseman,
wasn't-
Luke.
And now
Wasn't
for Seattle,
Raley.
Luke Raley. Swing and a miss.
It
That's
might
a
be time
terrible-
to choke up a
0-1.
little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
And that's
Ball, that's out.
outside. And 1-1. The Tigers leading by 4 here at the bottom of the 7th. Lifted in the air, right center field. Meadows sizing this
Even
one
some of
up.
our better pieces of
Answer,
contact. Not that that's
2 down.
great, but it's at least getting somewhere out of the field. We're not striking out
Now
on it or
batting, second baseman,
dribbling it into a double play.
So up next, Dylan Moore. And that
That
one
is
in
an
the
out
air
as
center
well.
field.
Okay.
Pulls it down
We
and
got
he makes the
one
catch.
back
And that ends the
immediately,
inning.
and then gave up 3 the immediate following half inning.
Back in Seattle, digging in, Riley Green.
Actually, fuck it. We'll let it roll.
Santos back to work. And that's through there for a strike.
Santos has some energy. He's only thrown 20-something pitches. We have tomorrow off, so.
And a breaking ball drops in for a strike. Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along. Here is
Now
Gleyber
batting, the second
Torres.
baseman, Gleyber Torres.
Rips one to right, and it stays fair. Around first, heading for 2. Now a relay to second. Not in time. He's safe.
Waste no time there. Anytime you rip a line drive, the
And here comes the Mariners manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Gregory
This is
Santos.
just not our
He's
game.
done, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet.
He still pitched very
We'll be
well.
right back.
Really big against the lefties. I mean, we got 4 strikeouts with him, which is pretty big.
Now pitching for
But-
So out of the bullpen for
I don't know.
the
This one
Mariners,
kind of just.
Matt
This one's felt
Brash.
over for a while.
and we all know about his slider. It's just
God,
filthy, man. And
fuck, I hope I don't
the
have to see
better ones in
Scooble
the
again.
game, I'd say spin rate's very high.
Luck,
Springs
our
are tough.
luck, we will see him again. Obviously, we're an AL team. We play the AL every single year. or both times every single year, excuse me, is what I was trying to go for. We will have the luck where we will see Scooble twice. We will probably also end up seeing Skeens just based on our luck as well.
He didn't like those first two pitches down an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
Struck him out swinging. Slider got him for strike 3.
Wow, just great bite to that slider. Broke hard out of the zone, and he just couldn't hold up the swing.
Man, he is 1 for 10.
Really hard to take.
1 for 10 in this series.
You can do with it, you know that,
Huge. It was, I think it was 2 outs. We were so close to trying, almost getting out of it.
Swing and a miss. And that's strike 2.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
Out towards right center field. It gets down a base hit. The throw in. Safe. And the runner from second scores on the play. It's 6-1.
Colt Keith didn't do anything in this fucking series, and here he is knocking in 3.
Rogers out to short. And that is the inning.
Man. I think it was a bad pitch decision to try and pitch him up and away. We showed him 2 fastballs. He was able to just get to it. 10 hits.
Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Jason Foley.
These are the kinds of series. There was a couple of years ago where we were playing, might have been the end of 23.
We'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness
I
matters in
think
situations like this.
we were playing the Atlanta Braves in the World Series, and I remember like our worst games were always right before the day off. And back then, I would make sure that I was like actually taking a day off. And it was huge. It was just like, okay, just stop playing the game. Like, it's not going well. Literally, don't come back for 24 hours. And then we were able to get back into a flow, so maybe the day off will help us. Maybe not, who knows.
Tap softly third base side, a swinging bunt, and that's a foul ball.
I love when we don't get to see their fucking primary pitch.
Not close with that one. And a count 1-2.
Come on, dial in here.
2-2 the count.
Did not mean to hit circle. Thankfully, it was a check swing.
Line drive.
That is unfortunate. Right on it. Trying to get a contact swing to go.
Now batting, the third baseman, Donovan Solano.
Down the number 2 hitter, Donovan Solano. And that clips the inside corner.
0-1's the count.
And that one is lifted in the air. Carpenter under it. And puts the squeeze on that one. 2 down. 2 down, base is empty.
I've had a hard time feeling like we're putting everything together in a game.
And that one popped in the air, left field. Green settles under it. He's got it. And that is out number 3.
Just get me the fuck out of this game. We gotta watch this one. We're getting crushed by this team. 10 hits. The Tigers will be a problem when we see them later, and if we have to see them in the playoffs.
Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule.
There's a look at our upcoming schedule. Doesn't it get a whole lot easier? Get the Giants. We get the Astros in for our second divisional series of the season. And then we'll be on the road after that. We'll go ahead and leave Matt Brash in.
And that's in there for a strike.
Pitching-wise, we definitely didn't have it today. I know I've kind of wrapped this game up already, but we are just... offensively, we have left so many opportunities. We have had so many opportunities with runners in scoring position. We had the bases loaded and couldn't do anything. We had hit by pitches. We got walked. It's just... even our good contact was right to outs. They're getting hits that are just right up the line, we can't get the same thing.
One away here at the top of the ninth. Climb the ladder with that fastball, and the count 1-2. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field, raging back towards the wall. Got all of that one.
Boog, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
Meadows, the next to hit, takes ball one. Swung on, belted. And that's a foul ball. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single. And here comes
We have
the
had
Mariners
success
manager to the
switching
mound.
pitchers on them,
Pitching change coming.
but it's a lack of lefties that we can work with.
So they turn things over to the righty, Trent
Number
Thornton.
46.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. They fired it
This was
quickly,
the wrong call.
So it's first and second with only one
Now
away.
batting, the left fielder,
Now here's
Riley
the Tigers cleanup hitter,
Green.
Riley Green. And that one upstairs, ball one. That clips the zone, and it's 1-1.
Nope, that's a ball.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Swing and a high fly ball out towards right center field. Hauls it in for the out. And there's two away. Here's Gleyber Torres. And that's in for a strike. 0-1. Swing and a ground ball. Bliss.
Oh, it's yellow.
Gets it to first. And Gleyber Torres retired.
I've had a little trouble with the timing.
But the solo shot stretches their lead
13
even further.
hits given up.
It's 7-1.
Was that on Thornton?
Back
Or was
now
that?
as
I
they
think that
hand
might have
the
been
ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of
Santos.
the ninth. Brant Herter.
Now
Compared to
pitching
some
for
days, this
Detroit.
is a pretty low leverage appearance
Number
for him.
48.
So he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike
Leading
zone.
up for the
And the
Mariners,
batter now,
the catcher.
Cal
Oh,
Raleigh.
Raleigh does
0 for
not have a
3.
hit in this
A fly out, a
series.
ground out and a strikeout. Just
that's
off
out.
the outside edge.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters even if you give up a solo shot.
Man,
Well, they've kept it
even
pretty
that.
quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come, but you got to give some credit
Now,
to the
the-
pitching
the-
staff. They've had a great plan
the-
against it.
Flip side to he doesn't have any. He only played 2 of the games.
Ball 2.
And he is 0 for 7 in the series, which is obviously bad.
Next pitch is downstairs. That one misses. So a lead
Well,
off
that's fine.
walk.
We can at least take a walk.
You know,
That's
I
no
think
big
he's
deal.
okay with that outcome. It wasn't an intentional walk,
batter,
but
number
he wasn't
7.
exactly trying to attack the zone.
Designated
Strikeout, pop out, ground
And at
out.
first, Jorge
The out
Polanco
trifecta, huh?
next for the Mariners. This
Jesus
one in the
fucking
air.
goddamn Christ. Fucking God.
Rogers pulls that one down, and there's one down. And stepping in for the Mariners, Ryan Bliss. 0 for 3 in this.
Of course, he
one.
throws his 4th pitch.
Rolled to short.
And
Possible
that'll do
2
it.
ball.
Okay.
Balance speed. There's 1. The double play ends it
That's
right
it.
here.
What a brutal game. I don't even want to think about this game. I don't even want to talk about this game. I want to watch this game off. We got our asses kicked. And that's all it needs to be.
Nice win for this team today.
That's all it'll be.
7-1 finish.
We need to be a little bit better with our
Chris
bullpen management.
Singleton
That's the
and
only thing I'm going to
our
say.
outstanding crew
7-1
here at
is
MLB
your
Show.
final.
I'm John
They hit the ball
Thanks for
13
joining
times. They got
us.
13 hits off of us. We were able to cut it down to a 1-run lead after we gave up the 2. Thought maybe we would be able to get back into it. We really struggled against Scooble. And then we fell apart the very next half inning. I'm not exactly sure which one that... I think it was the 5th because it was that 3rd time through the lineup. And that is about the only thing that I would critique of this. Sometimes it's just the game where we have to wash it. And that's what we need to do. A little bit better bullpen management, sure. But I think we've been using so many of the bullpen guys with the Athletic series as well. It's been really tricky. Great play by Rosarina. Huge. I think that did end up saving us a run, which was big. But it just never felt like we were going to get back into this game. Scooble was just too good. And they left him out there for a long time. We were finally able to get him out after 6, or into the 7th, I should say. 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 4 strikeouts. He walked 3, we had 3 hits. And he had 2 hit by pitches. So we had 5 extra base runners we couldn't do anything with. And that is really unfortunate. McKinstry was 2 for 5 with a home run. Carpenter was 2 for 5 with a double. Colt Keith was 2 for 4 with a double, and he knocked in 3 runs. He was 0 for like 8 in this series before today, and it's awful. Torres, 2 for 5 as well, so there's 2, 4, 6, 8 of the 13 hits between 4 players. Scooble, if I didn't say, he is the winner, player of the game. 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, 1 earned. Gilbert gets the loss. He gave up 8 hits but did strike out 8 in 5 innings, 5 earned, and a walk. Rodriguez was really the only bright spot. Rayleigh drew a couple of walks, but Rodriguez 1 for 4 with a home run. Robles and Solano both had a hit. Those are your 3 hits. That's it. So the Detroit Tigers take the series from us in Seattle. With our luck, we will end up facing Scooble later in the season. I will be miserable again, so look forward to that in the future. Worst loss of the season so far. Just got to have better bullpen management. I know I said that I didn't really want to talk about it. Just kind of wash it off. I think that's the mentality we need to take with this game, and that is what we will do. So we'll be back on Friday here in franchise mode against the San Francisco Giants. It will be Jordan Hicks taking on Brian Wu. Hicks is 0-1 with a 10.8 ERA. Brian Wu, 5 innings, 9 strikeouts, no record, but a 3.6 ERA. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, subscribe right over there where the gameplay is. You can ring the bell down below. You'll be notified when I post new videos. New baseball, posting here, 6 p.m. Pacific time, right there. This morning's video is a taste test. What is it? I don't know because I haven't filmed it or I don't know what I posted. So check that out up there. Thanks again for watching. Good sports. Go Mariners. Have a great rest of your night.